So I wake up, get ready, and arrive at the hospital at 8:30 for work. I get a headache every day at work, so I am thrilled when lunchtime comes around. So I eat my terrible hospital food that I have to pay $6 for and work a bit on my pixel art. If you guys didn't know, New York City was built on a swamp, and with a not so great drainage system, my bus had to sail across a river when it rains. And unlike the other New York City vloggers who are basically gazillionaires showing off their penthouse, my vlog shows the working class side of New York City. I hate this. I wish I was rich. So I go and cry in the shower when I get back home soaking wet, and thankfully my cats were able to cheer me up a bit. So after a pretty bad day, I'm going to make some comfort food called instant ramen, if you guys never have heard of it before. I boiled some water, put the brick of noodles in, add some eggs and shrimp, and mix. And for the final and most important part, put on some anime while I eat. So today I'll be working on the music for the game. And there is something you need to know about me. It's that I have no musical talent whatsoever. So after doing some research and with the little knowledge I learned from when I played saxophone back in middle school, I deduced that the two most important part of a musical piece is the melody, which is basically the main star of the music, like the main tune that you're hearing, and the harmony, which is basically the chords, or you kind of like, it's like the background music that supports the lead. So melody is basically the lead singer, and harmony is basically the drummer in the back adding the beats and whatnot. Don't quote me on here, I'm not really sure myself. Take my words as like a pinch of salt, as a grain of salt. Pinch, I don't know. So I installed Boska, which is a software that allows you to create retro sounding music, and so I started playing around with it. Ah yes, this sucks. So after a couple of YouTube videos, I managed to scrape together a piece that sounds decent. So after all that practice of making music and finally being able to scrape a piece together, I decided that for the rest of the sounds, like the death sound and the scoring sound, I'm just gonna borrow some sounds from the internet, if you know what I mean. So yeah, here are my sounds. Now let's get onto the coding. So I have never done this part before, but after googling how to, it turns out that adding music is actually quite simple. All I really had to do was set up a system with all the music I will be using, and from there I just add some if statements, which is basically if the fish hits the wall, play whatever music is assigned, and if the fish swims between the nets, play the ding sound. See, it's easy as pie. So this is what I ended up with, and it's kind of late, and I got work tomorrow morning, so it's time for me to hit the bed.